I'm sorry, I just have to take some time to jam to this music right here. Hopping from home. Yes, hello. We're so glad that we are able to be with you today. Just a shout out to Eric, who has to get the compliments for that song, okay, and his other partner that was working on that. My name is Bianca Washington Chungin, Program Director at the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo. Thank you so much for joining us today. And don't forget that you can post live as we are going through our tour today. And any questions or comments that you have, we would love to hear from you so that we can talk to you back and forth. And if we don't get to your comment, don't worry, we'll have time to get at it afterwards. So if you're joining us on Facebook and you have any unique needs, please make sure to remember that Facebook does have proper settings to help your needs. And also, if we get disconnected tonight, do not worry. No fear, everything will be okay. We'll have everything posted into our page and also everything uploaded on our website. And just give us a little bit of time and we'll chime back in. So that's what we're doing virtually right now. So we're super excited. And I'm most definitely excited to introduce a very special person with us today from Hot From Home. We are kicking it off with introducing in our organization, our staff member, Erin Bruce, our integrated membership and media specialist. Erin, thank you so much for hosting Hot From Home with me. How are you?
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Bianca. I am so excited for my first art hop. Unfortunately, it's virtual, but we're still making the best of it. We're out here celebrating these awesome artists that submitted their work this month. So with that, I do want to remind everybody that Artist Happy Hour is coming up on December 16th at 6 p.m. And this week this month, we're going to be talking about, will 2021 treat the arts any better? And how can we strengthen our community? So it's going to be a really great conversation. Hope to see a lot of you there. And let's take it away, Bianca. What's our first exhibit?
Yes, definitely. Well, just want to tell you, Erin, I have my little Christmas teacup here. So don't mind me if I have a little drink. Don't worry, it's tea, so we're okay. But thank you so much for going over that awesome Artist Happy Hour. We do not want to forget about those amazing opportunities that we get to connect to our community. So what I'm going to do is I'm super excited to start off with making sure that we are getting tuned into our first guide today. And that this is the Make Room exhibit, which comes out of the Black Arts and Cultural Center right here at the Epic Center. Sydney Davis is the interim director, has worked really hard at curating the artists and partnering with the Arts Council to house this awesome exhibit. So it's going to show a start of the tour, and then we will be able to go back if you need to. We're only going to just see a small snippet of it, and then we'll go back and take a look at a couple other items. But we just want to make sure to kind of introduce this to everyone first as we go through this live tour. And I'll be talking everyone through what this looks like and how Sydney Davis has put this amazing opportunity to our community together. And we'll go ahead and get started with our first video clip. So what's so great is that how this is set up is you get to walk into the Judy Jolliffe Theater, and Sydney has these really cool LED lights that are surrounding a couple different signs. And this is the beginning of your experience with the Make Room exhibition. So you walk into the space and you are properly greeted. And when you walk in first, you see that our first exhibit is the Head in the Clouds. And what's so great about this is when you walk through, you get to take pictures. So it's very interactive, and you can, take your time and make sure that you're actually really, soaking in the experience. And it's been a while since I think honestly, the Kalamazoo community has been able to do something like this that's in person, but safely. So we're looking at right now another example of one of the exhibits by a beautiful artist out of Grand Rapids, who Sydney has collaborated with. And this is another great opportunity for participants to take pictures and read some of the information. This exhibit is called Crowns, celebrating Black women and women of color. And as we go through here, we have another part of our exhibit, Use Your Voice. And this is really cool because it really showcases in a really fun and interactive way how we can continue to use our voice. And obviously we see the Black Lives Matter, voting. This section is a voice print. So what you can do is actually write down different thoughts that you might have. This is narrative change, as you see, that's posted on the table. And then we go through to the next piece that's right next door, which is another artist that Sydney Davis collaborated with. And this piece really wanted to connect. Well, first of all, I don't know, Erin, if you remember All That, which was a show that I grew up on. Okay, good. Okay, I was like, okay, wait, I hope I'm not like aging myself too much. But what's great is that there's a representation here of a generation in which, was very lively and really speaks their mind. And then this exhibit shows a barbershop. And so this barbershop actually makes me kind of transport myself back into growing up in Albion, in the small town that I grew up in, and how barbershops in the Black community are really a place where people can get connected and talk about, the community gossip, and also, honestly, a place to really talk about political issues. And even barbershops were places where people of color were able to gather safely to talk about how they were going to organize, even with different sit-ins and things like that. And then we have another really artistic and representational piece here as you continue to walk through the space. And then we're going to just show a little bit more and then give you all a chance to look into it and go into it a little bit deeper for yourselves. But this piece that we're getting ready to walk upon here is a really interesting room that was created. Right now it's kind of dark. You'll see I'll be turning on some lights for the space that kind of illuminate some things, but you'll be able to take a look at that a little bit more. And what we want to do too is not forget the second half of the exhibit, and which is really important. So let's see if we can scan over to that video. What I didn't show, which is really cool, is the part at the end of the exhibit inside the theater space that is the Black Lives Matter murals that were posted around Kalamazoo that Sydney Davis was able to secure to have to be in the exhibit. And so when you leave out of the theater, the last thing that you do walk through are these beautiful murals that have been set against the wall. Now, when you're finished in the theater, then you come out to the lobby, and there's a couple of different artists like Denise Miller, whose work is featured. Sydney has a really cool piece here that allows participants to write down thoughts on the table, which we don't see that here just because at this moment the exhibit was not open, but there's these large sheets of paper that have articles on them from the newspaper Focus. And basically, Sydney has taken these large sheets of paper, and you can take a pen, a clean pen, by the way, and write down some of your thoughts about this newspaper, what the newspaper was saying. And Sydney just did a really great job on really utilizing the space and casting people through this awesome exhibit. So we're so happy that we've been able to partner with Sydney on this, and hoping that everything will open back up. And please make sure that you look on our website and the Black Arts and Cultural website for more information on when that opens back up. So as I turn the page here, that concludes our Make Room exhibit. Erin, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Bianca. I love that exhibit. I love how interactive it is, and can't wait for the day we can reopen and let everybody come see it in person. So hopefully soon, fingers crossed.
Yes.
So now I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our artists, and for everyone who has submitted work this art hop or a previous art hop or future art hop.
Woohoo!
Your work makes our work worth it, and you play a very key role in the community. So thank you so much for sharing your talents with us.
Thank you, everyone. So now we're going to get into our first venue, which is Colors and Cocktails, one of my favorite down Kalamazoo Mall. And if you haven't, Lauren Lassiter is awesome. She has some really amazing pieces in there. But for this month, she is featuring Eric Burton, who is an extraordinary artist here in Kalamazoo. And we're going to take a look at his bio here. What's great about our tour today is that Erin and I will be able to really walk you through what we're seeing, and to give it a little bit more of an in-person feel. What Colors and Cocktails, the mobile art party, has done is featured Eric Burton's artwork in their window storefront. And that just allows people a chance to, if they don't feel comfortable going inside the business, that they can actually see Eric Burton's work outside of the store, and then are free to go inside, as Lauren Lassiter has, different signs and protocols up just for safety. But Eric Burton is an official 80s baby and Kalamazoo native. He lives his life without boundaries and strives to make art that transcends genres. By utilizing multiple mediums, from paper folding to photography, he is able to create art of all kinds, from pop art to classical origami. And Erin, I just love origami. Now, I never was the perfect person doing it, but I certainly can thank Eric for being awesome in it. So his work is really unique and just really awesome. His inner creator is fueled by remaining opening to the flow of the universe, and finding inspiration in everything and everyone. So let's go ahead and go to the next clip here. This is a couple different pictures as we're going to go through of Eric's work. Like I said, he has some really cool pieces in the storefront, but when you go inside, you'll actually get to see some of these pieces in the store. And Lauren Lassiter has a really interesting space where you can go downstairs into kind of another kind of conference-y kind of space, where she has a lot of the work of Eric Burton on the wall. And some of these actually you probably have seen in some of our other art hops featured. And so we're so glad that we're able to highlight Eric Burton again in December. So I will say that I definitely need to get my hands on an Eric Burton piece ASAP, because it is the holiday, and it's time for giving, even though I just confessed I wanted to buy something for myself, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes in this 2020, you got to give yourself a little treat. So Erin, we'll go ahead and go over to you and talk about our next exhibit here.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, I stopped in Color and Cocktails this week, and I got to see some of his work in person. Even better than it looks. It's so dimensional and just beautiful work. So With that, let's take a look at our next submission, which is Brakeman Design. So I also had the opportunity to stop by their place this week, and they are doing curbside calendar pickup because we all need to plan for the year that hopefully everything goes back to normal, but you never know. So what's cool about this calendar is each print is made by a different designer, and they've all been screen printed, and they all have a different style and color of paper. They're all different sizes. It's recycled paper from past projects, and we just really love the variety. So Eric, do you want to flip through some of those photos? Yeah, so there's January. That's one of my favorites. Is that March? March. In like a lion, or in like a lamb, out like a lion. Is that what they say?
I think so.
Something like that. Peter did that one, the April. June. Got some cowboy boots, some bugs. This one I love. I think those are poppies. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Pterodactyl, I think.
Don't ask me. I'm like, it's a bird.
It's a bird. It's a plane. That one's really cool. That one's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Now, Erin, you said, I just want to remind everyone that you can pick this up curbside. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep. Just go to their website. Or go to their Facebook page, actually, facebook.com/Brakeman Kalamazoo, and you can get all the information for that. They're open tonight too, so skedaddle on down and pick up your calendar.
And Brakeman Design is on West Michigan, right downtown, right across the street from First Baptist Church, and right next to the newsstand, and on the same street as Jimmy John's and so forth. So hey, you know what? Go down and get your calendar, grab a sandwich, and head back home because you know you need to be inside. All right. All right, Erin.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that the proceeds from their calendar also go to help local nonprofits in the area. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Great. All right. So we have MRC next.
All right. So our next stop is Mrc Artworks, which is a program of MRC Industries Incorporated. So they're art gallery and studios downtown on the Kalamazoo Mall. And it's a space for individuals living with disabilities, adults living with disabilities, to come and work a normal 9 to 5 or 9 to 3 job where they get to earn money by creating beautiful artwork. And so this program is just really awesome in helping these individuals self-express in a way that promotes physical, personal growth, dignity, and self-confidence. So we love what they bring to the community. I did stop in there as well. I got these cute little ornaments, love them. And then this little miniature something that I love.
Yay.
So definitely go downtown and check them out.
Awesome. And then Erin, can you tell us too again about this amazing photo that we're seeing right now? This, it looks like on their window.
Oh, absolutely. So right now, downtown Kalamazoo is having a window decorating contest, and you can actually vote online for these windows. And I got to say, this one for MRC is looking pretty good. It's a kind of a Vincent van Gogh theme. And it says shoot for the moon, and even if you don't make it, you'll land among the stars.
Awesome. I love that. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a full picture of it there too as well. Thanks, Eric. I love how we can just refer. Thanks, Eric. That's awesome. Yeah, and I would say, Erin, that's like one of my faves too as well. Awesome.
Definitely.
Thank you. And I think that we're ready for another thank you.
Yes, absolutely. We want to give a special shout out to LKF Marketing, who have partnered with us to post these amazing artists' work. So thank you so much, LKF. We appreciate you.
Woohoo! It definitely takes a village, okay, to put all of this together. And so we are definitely so thankful. So as we continue to move on, don't forget that even if you are just coming in right now and you're like, oh no, I missed the first half of it, don't worry. This is all going to be posted onto our Facebook page. And also, if you have anybody right now that's trying to get in, but they don't have Facebook, you're able to go to our Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo website and make sure to look for programs, Art Hop, and you'll be able to check into the December and see everything streamed from our website as well, which is awesome. How convenient. I will say that Erin and the rest of the team worked very hard on getting that set up for you. So we're going to continue to move through together, and we're going to look at our next piece in our Pop from Home, which is Pop City Popcorn. Erin, have you been able to go over to Pop City and get some popcorn?
Not yet, but I'm really craving some popcorn right now. And I think I might have to art hop on over.
Yes. Popcorn, honestly, my favorite is that the cheddar and the caramel and the plain, like all the three, that's the bomb.
Oh, yes. It's the mixture for me.
Yes, that is. And they have all different kinds, like any kind of seasonal holiday type. I think for October they had like a monster one. But anywho, I could keep going on and on about it. But we have a special artist in Pop City Popcorn in their space, and that's Amy Yishin, who actually is one of the head program artists over at MRC right next door. And so she was able to secure some of her artwork at Pop City Popcorn. So what we're seeing right now is, Amy said that her vision this year and this month was really to try to create pieces that were uplifting and gave some light to what was happening in our world today. And as she says, she hopes these seasonal pieces will lighten the hearts and spirits of the viewers and remind everyone where there is art, there may be joy. So where there is art, there may be joy. And I think that is so significant because, come on, look how cute. Like, come on, like a penguin with a hat. Oh my gosh, like it's like, and then this little polar bear with a sweater, like, so cute. So thank you so much, Amy, for being the artist that you are and bringing in some light and joy. And I think that this year we have to remind ourselves that as artists and creative people, we get to do that for people. We get to bring in that light. And so we just thank her so much. And you can look at more of her work on Facebook at Pop City Popcorn. And we'll be able to have any other contact information. If you are interested in purchasing any pieces of Amy's, please make sure that you contact her and let her know, because those are great pieces to put in your house. And I don't know about you, but I bring out my decorations every year. So it's called Recycle. So those are great pieces to recycle in your house. So we're going to go to our sponsor thank you for today. We want to take the time to give a big thank you to our generous sponsors. And we hope that this season brings you joy as they have brought joy into our organization. So thank you so much to our sponsors. All right. So we're going to cut into Honor Credit Union, which is located downtown on West Michigan. And Honor Credit Union, I believe has only been in that location for less than 2 years now. When I first stumbled upon Honor Credit Union, I was amazed when I went inside because they're very community focused. And once they learned about Art Hop, they just tied right in and wanted to be part of the community in that way. So they are featuring 2 artists. And the first artist we're going to talk about tonight is Marilyn Bean, that you see here. And in this photo, which is really cool, she is showing some of the tools that she works with when she's creating some of her jewelry. And so Marilyn Bean is a jewelry artist here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. She was scheduled to show her creations at Honor Credit Union in downtown Kalamazoo, but we are so happy to have her with us for our December virtual Art Hop. She is the owner and designer behind the Olive Tree Silver. She is a Kalamazoo-based metalsmith working with sterling silver and gemstones to create one-of-a-kind fine jewelry. And as we see some of her pieces, I think I have my personal favorite, but what I just love about her work is it's just very earthy. And you will see that the pairing of these 2 artists in Honor Credit Union was like perfect because we have a jewelry artist and a photographer. Oh, there it is. Boom. Freeze right there, Eric. This is like my favorite piece, Erin. I just love this ring. And I hope it's a ring because it looks like a ring. So, but I just love rings. And I'm not so sure what, stone this is, but a lot of her work, as you can see, involves these beautiful stones. And so, Marilyn, if you're watching today, which I hope you are, I might be coming for you. So to get one of your pieces. And then these are some examples of her beautiful necklaces that she creates. And what I think is really unique here is the chains in which she chooses, because that's a big part of her artistry is making sure to find the right match with her work. And so we're definitely enjoying those pieces there. So thank you so much, Marilyn Bean. And again, if you are interested in purchasing, I'm going to keep emphasizing purchasing because this is what we're here for, to purchase and help our artists in our community. We are posting email address and also to Facebook connections and links so that you can be sure to connect with the artists for today. So if you want any pieces for the season or the holiday, you can certainly do that. So paired next with Marilyn Bean at Honor Credit Union is a photographer named Bill Christensen. And Bill Christensen was scheduled again to show his photography at Honor Credit Union. But we are hoping that obviously when things get lifted up and we can get back in person, we'll be able to see his work in person. So we're just going to take the time here to look at some of these pieces. I believe this piece is called Beaver Dam, and Bill describes his work as oft-times serendipitous. From Southwest Michigan to America's great Southwest and places beyond, he and his wife, Deb, seek out glorious venues to appreciate the mystical and majestic through photography. And I love that piece. I think honestly, though, this right here is like my favorite piece because it just makes it, his photography, you just wonder like, is this in Southwest Michigan? Like, where is this at, because he just does such a great job capturing the beauty. And this is actually too dealing with like blueberries and which is beautiful. And he was able to capture. And then Erin, do you see that beautiful waterfall that's coming down off the side of that rock right there?
Oh my gosh, that might be my favorite one yet. Is that in the Upper Peninsula?
Yes, it is. Isn't that amazing?
Sign me up. Road trip.
I know. When I see his photography, I just like basically feel like I'm smelling the fresh air. I'm just like transported right to that place. And him and his wife have such a great eye of what they capture. And so once again, Bill has a website that is going to be posted here. please make sure to check him out, check out Marilyn Bean, and check out more of their work. And you definitely won't regret the work that you have from both of those artists. So thank you so much, Phil. So we're gonna cut over to Webster's Prime, and I had the pleasure of being able to actually be there when Kevin Hammond's work was being hung, and we got his work into Webster's just in time for an in-person for December, but then we had to obviously pivot. But this is actually was honestly, I use the phrase like blessing in disguise, because we want this to be a virtual experience, almost like you're kind of walking through this. But this is Kevin Hammond's pieces that he does with collage. And I had a really great time having a more in-depth discussion with Kevin about his process and how he creates these portraits. And so the medium that he uses is collage, and he takes magazines, and more so, Kevin said the magazines that work better for him are the ones that just have pages of like bold color. And so he by hand rips apart these pieces of color, these magazines with words. And what I think is so cool about these portraits is that you almost don't even see the words sometimes, because I don't know, they just kind of almost blend in or disappear into the rest of the piece. But until you really get close up, you're like, oh wow, that actually is like a straight up like newspaper. So when you walk into Webster's, you will find his work right there in the main like bar area. And right now, if you go to Kevin Hammond's Facebook page, he is doing a special for the holiday, where if you have a picture of someone that you want to create into one of these pieces, he's doing that. And so he has special holiday prices for that. And so be sure to connect with him so that you can get your personal portrait done or of somebody else. So thanks so much to Webster's Prime at the Radisson for showcasing his work still in that way. And we hope that we can actually experience it face to face. So thank you so much. All right, so Erin, off to you. We're going to talk about Artem and Wood Floors.
Yes, absolutely. So Artem Wood Floors was another one of our Art Hop stops for this month, and they are located in the downtown Kalamazoo Mall. And the artist that was going to show her work there is Heather Gorning Flack. So she's an eclectic artist and Southwest Michigan native who was scheduled to show her work this week at Art Hop. And so what she loves is country life and finding old vintage knickknacks and repurposing them into something new. So she creates all kinds of things. Natural body soaps is one of her favorite things to make, snowflake ornaments, and what we're showing you today are some of her earrings. And if you look on your Facebook feed, you can zoom in to see these bigger, but she has some really amazing work that kind of has a sort of industrial, rustic, modern feel. So I definitely check those out. And yeah, we love the jewelry work we've been getting. We've been getting a lot of jewelry work this month, huh?
Yeah, we have, which is really awesome. Because I think sometimes we forget that there's a lot of art, artistic, just different artistic ways to express yourself, and painting and using that form is awesome too. But jewelry making is definitely another one of them. And I am a sucker, Erin, for homemade soaps. So thank you, Heather, for making those homemade soaps. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. I need to get my hands on some of those. So next, we want to play some music for you from the lovely Jane. I will not attempt to butcher this last name. Okay. And in the post, you'll be able to see how she spells her name. Love you, Jane. So Jane is a composer, pianist, and educator here in Kalamazoo. She has performed at the international, regional, and local level. So be sure to check out the full video. But right now we're just going to show you a clip. Take it away, Eric.
I looked in my heart while the wild swans went over, and what did I see? I had not seen before. Only a question less, or a question more. I looked in my heart. I looked in my heart while the wild swans went over. Nothing to match the flight of wild birds flying, tiresome heart, forever living and dying, house without air, I leave you and lock your door. What did I see I had not seen before? Wild swan.
Wonderful, wonderful. We love that. So soothing. I might play it tonight as I fall asleep. So lovely. Thank you, Jane.
I love that. Yes, and I had a sip on my tea because I just thought about if I try to hit those notes, we'd be in trouble. So, so that was fantastic. And Erin, it's so great too that we get to show jewelry artists and also to music and musicians. So it's a hot day today for Hop from Home. So speaking of other artists, I want to quickly put in a plug about Wellspring. Wellspring and the Corey, Terry, and Dancers is located at the Epic Center, actually just right next door from the Arts Council, Greater Kalamazoo. And they have, number one, an amazing website that really kind of showcases a lot of the work that they continue to do and the program that they continue to do. So there's going to be a couple of really cool opportunities to check back into their website. They have a docuseries that's happening that showcases the history of their dance company and where all of their dancers kind of came from, and especially the types of music that Corey Terry has selected. And I actually got a chance to listen in on some of those docuseries and actually had a really good insight to the work that is done over there. I know that I personally have had the privilege of seeing some shows, but with just learning more about the people that are here in Kalamazoo is really important. And so make sure that you take the time to go to Wellspring's website and see what they have going on and check out their amazing company. So next we have Bead Venture, and Bead Venture is a special program that caters to youth and creating opportunities for youth to learn about financial responsibility and how to create different jewelry and express themselves. So we're going to get into it. Let's see first if we can see our first quick little testimony, a young man talking about his experience with Bead Venture.
Bead Venture is that I have a time to relax and I get to sell things and become a better businessman.
Okay, I mean, come on, like, well, what money do I need to donate for that child? You know, he's adorable, adorable. So these are just great opportunities that, you know, are afforded to our community. And Bead Venture is a nonprofit program of the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo. They teach youth the art and culture of beading and the entrepreneurial skills to sell their work. So established in 2006, Bead Venture has been providing a safe and encouraging space for youth ages 7 to 17 years old to tap into their creativity. So what we're going to see here are some really amazing examples of some of their work. Now, when you read this title, there are different necklaces and bracelets and waist beads that have been created, and what I think is really cool is each of them has an artistic kind of flair to it in title. And Bead Venture, they offer monthly membership workshops and special events to provide a unique experience to the youth in the community, especially those who may be underserved or underprivileged. All members get to sell their work, this is the cool part. All members get to sell their work during Art Hop each month alongside other artists in our community. So they use their curriculum, they teach the basic beading skills for different cultures, customer service they learn about, and marketing skills and techniques, with added expertise of their executive director, Deanna, who has been such a great partner. They ensure that all of their interactions include activities to improve social and emotional learning, including self-awareness, self-management, and self-responsibility. So as you see here, and we'll just freeze really quick, this is a way for you to join. It says here, we teach the art and culture of beading, so join us. And they have in their drop-in Thursdays at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or book private sessions for your troop or your group. But just to remind everyone, be sure to call the business because right now, because of COVID, a lot of people have altered hours and have some changes with kind of how they're doing things. So before you hop into the car and want to get connected and do something, just be sure to call. So again, they serve kids ages 7 to 17, and you can check out their website and learn more from there. All right. So Erin, we're going to go ahead and go off to our next artist, which is Marissa Martini.
All right. So Marissa Martini is a local jewelry artist with a passion for helping others. So her business is called Common Good Clay, and her medium is polymer clay. And she creates these wonderful, modern, but whimsical earrings. I'm actually wearing a pair from her winter collection right now. Ooh, yes. And so what's really cool about her business is that 15% of the proceeds do go to the YWCA in supporting its mission to empower women and eliminate racism. So we are all about that. And I'm also all about this pair from the fall collection that is actually called the Erin, and it's in my favorite color. So yeah, I'm excited about that pair as well.
These are super, I love those. Those are probably like one of my faves.
I just love the colors she chooses.
Now, Erin, are you wearing you're wearing something very similar to the earrings right here, right?
Yes, I think it's the same type of like texture. I really love the winter collection. It's so simple and chic.
Yes. Listen to us. I love the winter collection.
Oh, I know. I feel so fancy. I look fancy too.
Oh, and I just want to say, Eric, if you can get to that last the picture before, right there. Just a shout out to my friend Deshawn. She's one of the models for Miss Marissa. And then what we're seeing here are the materials that Marissa uses, which is really awesome. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I could put those together myself. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like puzzles, but I don't know about that.
Thank you. And then I'm sure you can find her prices and everything like that on her Etsy page. And I believe she has a Facebook too as well. And she might, I don't want to, I think, oh yeah, 15 of the proceeds from her businesses, Common Good Clay, help the YWCA, as I think Erin had mentioned, which is really awesome. So cool.
Check out her Instagram too. She has tons of gorgeous examples of her work, and you can find the links to her Etsy shop there as well.
Awesome, cool. All right, so we are going to feature another artist named Kenji Jermaine Marshall. Kenji was set to and scheduled to show in our art gallery at Arts Council. And again, we had to postpone, and hopefully we'll have him in our up and coming months here. But we're gonna go through a couple different of some examples of some of his work, and we're gonna kind of bounce around from his sketches to his work specifically with what we see here, his Black comic. And Kenji is one of Black comics pioneer artists. After publishing Witch Doctor in 1999 as a co-founder of Griot Comics, he followed Detroit self-publishers like Urban Style Comics into their own lane in indie comics. So Kenji's offering would be the first horror comic in the mix of Black superheroes. So I had the privilege of actually talking to Kenji about his work, and basically, number one was just like blown away by his artistry, and also just as a person of color, just very honored to like be able to know him, because we don't really see a lot of Black comic artists. And so the fact that we have our very own here in Kalamazoo is like pretty awesome. And the work that he does, so Witch Doctor, just to give a frame of reference of what we're seeing, is a psychological thriller following the supernatural investigations of Dr. Javon Carrington, a reluctant Black hero haunted and hunted by the spirits of his past. So fearing the death of his father, the doctor returns to Haiti to discover the secrets of his birth and the true nature of our history. Ultimately, he must face the reality of his terrifying visions. So we're taking a look at some of his other sketches too as well. Yes. And Eric, actually, if you can go back to one of the comic sketches. Yeah, there we go. This right here, if you just freeze frame this here, this is like a very powerful image. One that really speaks to me with Kenji's work with this Black comic. This is called The Middle Passage, as titled here. So as if you can see, there is the main character who's kind of central in the middle. In the middle passage, also referring to basically our history in Black history and African American history, where we were brought over into this country. And so as Kenji has beautifully just kind of laid out in his bio about his work, that this is where his work is really rooted from. And I have a couple different examples physically here with me. Boom, check this out, check this out. You see that? Yeah, so this is Witch Doctor. And this is his full comic here. Okay, I mean, like, just amazing work. If you don't have your hands on one of these, you need to get your hands on one of these, okay? What's really cool is that Kenji right now is promoting his personalized comic covers. So what you can do is you actually can get a personalized copy with it blank, and he can personally draw and sketch out like some amazingness basically related to his comic. So if you're interested in getting your hand on one of these and him actually personalizing it for you, we have his information posted here on our Art Hop today. And we will definitely have information if you want to call us at the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo. If you want to be sure to go to his Facebook page and let him know that you would like a personalized copy. He has that for you. What's so great, Erin, is that we're just like so chic because we're like, boom, we got these examples. Okay, not just on the Facebook or website, but we actually have them with us. So, which is awesome. But his comics, just lastly, just bring in a sense of education and just cultural awareness. And so I think that it's really important to highlight artists of color who are really doing some really great work in fields in which we don't see a lot of representation. And so Kenji, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your work with us. So, all right, Erin, and we'll go to a thank you.
All right. So we want to take a moment to say thank you to our amazing members. I'm sure many of you have been commenting. We're loving the love coming in. So keep on sharing. And for those of you who are not yet members but would like to be, please head to our website, kalamazooarts.org, and take a look at the different options we have available to you for membership. And now that I'm the membership specialist, I will be your go-to gal for all things membership. So just head to the website and we'll get you started with us. All right, next we are going to introduce our next artist, which is Maria Freed. And so Maria is a Michigan-based illustrator and graphic designer. Her main medium is digital painting with a focus on fantasy illustration. We posted a little sneak peek of some of her work on Instagram earlier this week, so you may have seen that, but really just amazing work. I love the bright colors that she uses, and just how absolutely beautiful and detailed her work is. So just imagine this, Bianca, if it were animated.
I tell you what, amazing. The colors are just so vibrant. It's like, and I just love, like, this just takes me back to, first of all, I want to be an elf when I look at this, just FYI. Like, I'm just like.
I kind of feel like I am a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can get some fairy elf. I don't know, elves don't wear, well, actually no, in Lord of the Rings, don't they have some wings? Okay, we'll talk about that later, but
but definitely check out Maria's work on social media. She's on Instagram, YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, I believe, all at Miss Chibi Artist. That's CHIBI Artist. So check it out. We love her work. Super thankful to have some really interesting submissions this month. So
Oh yeah, and that last house, by the way, I just want to say it's I think it's called Warm Home. It literally makes me feel like, can you cut to that real quick, Eric? It really makes me feel like I can just like snuggle up in there, and there's like Christmas lights, and it's just one of those just toasty roasty. Like, can't you see some hot chocolate in there? You know, some hot chocolate by the fire, just nice and toasty.
Oh, it's so, so cute. I want that to be my house right now.
Awesome. All right, Erin. And then we have another artist, and you're going to showcase their work actually at the Park Trade Center for their studio.
Yes, so this is Mary Fives. She has a beautiful photo gallery to take us through a tour. And this gallery is actually showcasing some of her late husband, Jim Fives' work, and some woven cozy little scarves from Mary. So another artist that's featured in this studio are Corey Gilbert and a student of Mary's, Samuel Stankiewicz. Some really, really beautiful work in this gallery. So we're excited to share that with you. Awesome.
Great. Now, also too, with that, Erin, is there a video that we possibly could see?
Okay, here we are.
I take that as a yes.
I think he's pulling it up right now.
Okay. There you go.
A little virtual walkthrough of the studio.
Start here. We have books for sale.
And then again, shout out just to Mary for like just sending this, to us, and again, like just illuminating our virtual experience today.
The little ones to come in and color if they want and paint. Have a lot of new weavings, scarves, rugs. Just going to go over here and show a couple more of my new scarves. Okay, and then we have these beautiful heads that have a lot of color on them, and of course the leg, and they have scarves around. You can use those as bands or as around your neck. We have signs for sale, rugs. We have new pieces of artwork from different friends of mine. Okay, we do have Jim still.
All right, so thanks for taking us on that little virtual spin through the studio, Eric. If you would like to purchase any of Mary's work, you can email her at fivesmary@yahoo.com or give her a call at 989-598-7695. And that information should be in the post with this video in it as well. So be sure to reach out for some awesome artwork.
Awesome. And believe it or not, we have come to our closing artist, Erin. I don't know what to do with myself because I've had so much fun. Cheers.
Cheers. It's been a great virtual art hop, but we're excited to show you our last submission here.
Yes, and so our last submission, and what's going to happen here is that some of these photos might be coming in just a little small. So there's a combination of smaller photos and larger photos. So just FYI. So what we have here is Terry Benton Ollie. She is a really, honestly, great connection person here in our community. She is with Church Women United. And what she did over this COVID situation time was created a community quilt project where different volunteers from honestly all around came to her home in the summer, and they were outside. Terry had connected all of these, extension cords out into her yard, and they just got the sewing. Okay, so we're just so excited to bring a couple different examples of Terry and Ollie's work, and a lot of the volunteers that really took a lot of time to put this together. Terry's community project was supposed to be showcased at the Radisson Hotel Plaza and Suites in downtown Kalamazoo, but unfortunately got canceled for that evening. But we are happy that we're able to still showcase Terry, Ollie, and her volunteers for today, for December 4th. And we kind of get a chance to see the process. So there's a combination of quilts. Some of them are actually right here from t-shirts that you see that people brought in. And Terry said that when this project first started, she was only expecting it to be, maybe a couple quilts, like a handful of quilts, which turned into 33 quilts, which is crazy.
That's
and so, right? I mean, think about like 33 quilts, like you just snuggling in 33 quilts, like it's crazy, But she said the project just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more bigger it got, like the more help and support she got from the community. And she has amazing connections with like how these quilts will be showcased. And so we're just thankful for people like her that honestly were able to bring some light to people who were in their homes and, just kind of wanting to do something and be active. And so shout out to Church Women United and making that possible. And we really do hope that we can see these quilts up close and in person. And they're also too, you can purchase these quilts as well. So if you are interested in getting a hold of Terry, Benton, Ollie, you can certainly go to their website and check out their Facebook too as well. So without further ado, this is the end of our hop from home. And I hope that you get a chance to, and Erin, just let me know too, your amazing video is on Facebook, correct?
And Instagram.
And Instagram. Okay, so if you haven't seen Erin's just cutesy video of her hopping into each of the frames of the businesses, you have to check it out. It is absolutely awesome and super creative. So thank you, Erin, so much for doing that.
Oh, thanks, Bianca.
Yeah. So thank you again to all of our artists and all of our participants that are here with us live. We hope that if you didn't get a chance to see our full show tonight, because it certainly was a show, I just want to let y'all know that before we started, we totally were like, what is it? The word, we're on in 5, it felt like we were like a news show. So it felt great. So a big shout out to Eric, who works with us at the Arts Council. Thank you so much, Eric, for just making this experience possible. He's raising the roof right now, by the way. You guys can't see him, but thank you so much. And Erin, any last shout outs that you might want to give?
Shout out to all the artists who have submitted their work this Art Hop. Just really proud of the eclectic group of artists that we have here in this awesome community. So just thank you for putting yourself out there and your work out there, because you make Kalamazoo a better place to live. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. We hope you guys have enjoyed this virtual Art Hop, and be sure to tune in for our next one in February.
Yes, February will be our next Art Hop, not January, just because we're on a little vacation, but we'll see you back in February.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.